Yeah, well, just as long as.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, yeah, because I never did that.
We gather together to make decisions for our community, and we use only our best skills and judgment, keeping our minds and hearts impartial. Let us always act in accordance with what is best for our community and citizens. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, John. Here. Dave Fisher.
Here.
James Tyler.
Here.
Kevin Brandon.
Present.
Jeremy Young.
Here.
Paul Fox.
Here.
Jerry Ballhard.
Here.
Eileen O'Neill.
Here.
Michael Cook.
Here.
Dennis Fernandez.
Here.
Paul Desires. Dave Cook.
Thank you. Executive session is coming this evening at 6 p.m. Are there are some revisions to the agenda? Wonderful. Your table minutes. Public comment on agenda items and then some questions. That's coming with a public presentation of the strong feasibility study. Funded project. We got Ben left.
On agenda, or something on the agenda?
On agenda items is the moderator. And then second obligation. You know, put that in. And manager called Vassar, public services.
Thanks everybody for having me here. Does everybody have a chance to look over this at all? Yes, no, maybe. I have one. Okay, we'll go through the beginning.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank everybody for taking the opportunity to meet tonight. Turns on my phone, so I can't say. Next.
Who's passing it?
So this process we've been undergoing is about 7 months, 8 months old. We've gone through the process of trying to re-envision what could be the property, what it would look like, how it would impact the communities. So tonight, what we're going to go through tonight is the process, the conditions analysis, highlights only, conceptual design, first concept, and then the package. So that's kind of what we're going to go through. It's the last update of this before the final documents will give it. So this is everything we've kind of been through so far. Within the next 30 days, assuming that we have it. Right now we're in the final plan development. Final document prepared, and in the framework and the bottom section or the bottom row there, you can see. The reason we're here tonight is to get a little more information. You guys want the changes before we push them. Existing conditions. If you're looking at it, the area actually has higher than average mass transit use for the area. Public transit is almost 14%, which most of the boroughs are about 5 to 6%, which you have a fairly large amount of it. If you have a very on par income, your household income is going to crash. There was nothing really that struck us as defining that we limit this site. Quite frankly, the amount of people that are willing to ride mass transit in proximity to the site is a plus for the development here. Community takeaways. We're going to focus here for just a minute. We're a big thing that people really wanted to stand out as a brand new shiny glass tower. That's the number one thing that came out of many comments is they don't want it to look like downtown Pittsburgh. So what you have in front of you is an effort, or what you'll see later is an effort to blend it into the architectural style of the community. So using bricks, using tile, using stone, using a red pine wall brick, we use the same type of thing. Then we tapered the height of the building back, so if you're driving down the road, it doesn't look as tall as it actually is. You can walk down the road or drive down the road. As I went through and looked at the community, these are all the assets you had. Quite a few partners, congratulations. You have a couple of key gathering spaces. I would love to get the demographics, how many people get ice on a regular basis. It always looks full. That's great. I have to come back down for my daughter's figure skating in a couple months. So, next one. That's up as far as the site assessment. It's a little over an acre, at 264 feet of frontage. Nothing's in a floodplain. Nothing's really a problem. It does have 40-foot of topography from north and south. All that a problem, but I think in the Pittsburgh region, it's just all. There's nothing really shocking about the site. There's nothing really development happening. If we look at circulation, the vast majority of traffic, as you can see, is kind of around the site. It's a very odd intersection, but you are getting quite a bit of traffic coming from west to east, right in front of it as well. Less going from east to west, they're usually around. However, it is impacting your ability to have it also. What it would actually do is essentially offers the longest speed on that road. Anybody that takes this road after not flying through this area ever, because there's always traffic. One more. Zoning assessment. It's currently C1, because TOD, nothing would be really impacting development happening here. It sounds weird. You're actually really all trying to think. This was one block over, a little one over. Where it's at, it's fine. Conceptual design essentially. We did this. We actually had a walk with a couple of people, 5 or 6 people. Yes, I think it was 5 or 6 people. We have stripped the phones out and covered around and saw what the building would look like in 3D as far as what it would look like from the intersections. Took these designs and just showed them with general floors, heights, and units on them to tell height of the actual building. Out of these, we got to the preferred concept. You'll notice in the preferred concept, we have 2 buildings. There's a front building, which we're calling building 1. And then a back building, which we're calling building 2. Building 1 has a first floor that takes advantage of the topography of the site right now. As it sits, you have a wonderful retaining. Somebody walks down the sidewalk, there's a retaining wall right in the back of the sidewalk. A great change. When they built the parking lot, they were built into a retail facility where you can tuck that in, but the site does allow proper depth of retail to go through. But you're going to see a little bit of a difference there where there is retail along the road, and that's trying to use the site to the most advantage of the community. And with things costing up to $400 a foot to build these type of facilities right now, and then on top of that, land costs, stormwater costs, all these other items, we need to maximize as much rental space as we can get out of these facilities. So what you got was a little more retail, which is good. So that's building 1.1 and 1.2. Building 1.1 is meant to have offices over it, primarily executive offices. The way they're set up now is if the developer does not want to build executive offices, they can build more apartments. You don't want to do that. They want to put offices. Great. Offices. The beauty of that layout is it's very fluid. If it needs to change a little bit over time, you can also have it. The first floor has retail, 1,000 square foot space and 1 restaurant space at 1,500 square feet. Then building 1.2, which is the right-hand side, has residential units over top of it. It does have a nice kind of balconies look there that look over the street. And then you can see the pictures, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. And the first floor, we have a little grocery store tucked in there. I know somebody's going to say it's not big enough. We're envisioning more of being a type of grocery store. Think of sheets that's not a sheets type of thing. A couple aisles of groceries. I would love a grocery store to go there. I'm just not certain they're going to. But having a convenience store type of place would be good. Building 2.1 is in the back. So if we, I'm just going to walk over there. It's a little easier. They still hear me over there. This opening right here is looking down from the inside. Purpose is meant to be something that will allow it to people to walk up into the parking lot. Right now, it's a pretty sketchy set of stairs.
Yeah.
The goal is to not have that be a sketchy set of stairs. So we open it up, you turn more into a pedestrian promenade that goes through. It allows people to get up there, but also has spaces for people to congregate and gather. What we did not do, but there is space for zigzag a handicap ramp up there. There is ample room to be able to put the zigzag of it up there. What you'll see is the building in the back is a little taller. If you would go one more. You'll see that the building in the back is a little bit taller than this one here. The purpose for it being a little taller is tucked behind these existing buildings that are up along Castle Shannon Boulevard. So when you're driving down the road, you don't really see it. If you're walking down the road, you also don't see it. Now, if you're coming from the east and you go over the hill, you're likely going to see, or from the west going over the hill, you're likely going to see a little bit of it. But the whole goal is it's not taller than the church steeple on the next block over. So we didn't want to be the tallest structure. We came in just, I think, about 2 foot underneath it. Again, a different view looking up the stairs. This is looking down from east to west, looking westward on Castle Shannon Boulevard. This is from the inside looking at the parking lot, and then from the inside looking back. The parking structure, there's 4 levels of apartments in building 2.1 with a parking structure underneath it. That building is parked and adequate for that building above it. That is really meant structured parking for those units. The surface lots are meant for the retail and the other building. The kind of the thought behind it is if you were to go out to a developer or master developer agreement, you could either do the whole thing, you could do the front building, you could do the back building, you could do them separate, you could do them all together. However you want to do it, they're fully independent of one another. So the reason that is important is there's typically 2 types of developers. There's a mixed use developer and there's a residential developer. Residential developer will build that taller building in a heartbeat. Mixed use developer is going to be harder to get on the frontage. It's just, there's a lot of money in multifamily right now. Just the way it goes. Next slide. Next.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yes, please.
So the 2-story parking garage, how's access given to that? Just through the parking lot that's behind?
So what you can't see is right about here, there's an entrance on the back of the building. So when you go through the parking lot, there's an entrance on the back of the building. The purpose behind that is it just makes it a lot easier to go through the lot to get to the garages. Unfortunately, the topography of the site makes it virtually impossible to go from any other road, unless you own the rest of the block. Then if you do, that's a whole different ballgame for a developer, and they can figure that out, and they can buy the land as they see fit.
Which they may do anyway.
They may do it anyway. So a smart developer will come in and pay over asking price because their life is going to be much easier to develop the whole block than it is to worry about parcel lines going through it. I guarantee some of those parcel lines are wrong. Okay. Key takeaways. So short term. We ran some financial numbers on this, and what comes out of this is with your investment of purchasing the land, I'm not checking my phone, I'm just reading the notes that I have for you, I'm sorry. With the investments, you've got about 2 years of design and foundations. When we say design, if somebody wanted to build it tomorrow, they're not putting a shovel in the ground for 2 years if you gave them the go ahead tomorrow. That's just the way development happens. There's so many permits and processes to pull that it just takes a long time. Within the 3 to 5 year time frame, you might see one of those buildings get built, and then by year probably 7, both would be built and occupied.
I know that sounds like a really long time, but it goes quicker than you think. And I think you have a distinct opportunity here as the property owner to put out a master developer agreement and be in control of this property. A lot of municipalities don't have that, and they're trying to control with design guidelines or form-based code or all these things that would help them dictate what happens and where. You have the distinct opportunity to say, we own the property. You're going to come to our area, you're going to play ball. And that's something most municipalities don't usually get. And then the last slide, if you don't mind. So your ROI is a little low. I'm not going to lie, it's a little lower than we would hope for. But what we did not do, so you're aware, is we did not calculate the retail into that rental rate. If the retail is fully rented out, you will get a higher ROI on that. This is based off of residential and office. The reason we did not include the retail is it is very volatile. As I'm sure everybody knows, Amazon has done a great job of making us all very lazy and getting our packages delivered to our houses. But it is still achievable and lendable. Total construction cost, just under 16 million. That includes everything from permitting all the way through. What you'll see is if you run the numbers and you were to give away, I'm going to say give away the land to a developer that you liked that was willing to work with you, 26 months to get paid back for your investment after it's occupied. That's where you would likely break even from the real estate revenue that comes in from 26 months. So I would urge this group to think about a little longer term than do we need to sell it for money. And sometimes if you want the right developer, you need to maybe give it away or have it lower in price and get the long-term investment of what you're trying to achieve. Kojak, make it short.
Beautiful.
Quick.
Questions?
You talking about the portfolio thing?
Yeah, just one question. I don't know what page it was on. Bear with me. Let's see, I think it's, well, they're not numbered. It might be 5, site assessments and analysis. I don't recall, unless I'm missing, I don't recall any of this property having any frontage on Park Avenue.
I have to double check.
Obviously, Castle Shannon Boulevard and Myrtle,
You are correct.
but I don't know.
Originally, the project area, the DCT application did include those properties on Park Avenue.
It did.
It did. But
Or you mean the rest of the block?
correct, except for the few on the corner. But after we found out that they weren't owned by the borough, we
Okay.
we didn't want to seem like the borough was planning for some of this private property.
So
Not a
that-
good place to be.
Do
That
we have
note-
any questions, from the
That's not applicable then.
constituency?
And we'll remove that.
Okay.
No? Well, Dave, did you find it or,
No, I just couldn't figure out why they said there was frontage on Park
okay. Do
and there's nothing on Park. That was the only question that I had.
we have any other questions? Thank you.
Next step is going to be you'll get a final document. It's going to be a lot longer than this. I'm sorry in advance. But you'll also have your pro formas and all that stuff built into it so you can see how the numbers work out.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's like a month from now.
Without changes, it might be quicker.
Good.
Might see you before your next meeting.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we need to approve the minutes. Are there any additions or corrections for the minutes?
Yes, there is. I was sworn in at the last meeting and I wasn't on the minutes of the meeting. And secondly, the board appointments, we had, what was the other appointments called? Anybody help me with
Staff.
that? Staff appointments,
appointments,
we
okay.
approved those, but the board appointments, the council president put that off till we had a full board. So those are the only two I had for that.
Now there were committee and board. Committee and board.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, those were the two topics.
Okay, having noted those corrections, can I have a motion to approve the December 8th Borough Council business meeting minutes with the corrections. And the January 5th, 2026 reorganization meeting minutes.
I make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I need a motion to approve the borough manager's contract for the 2-year term of January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2027.
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have the sale of surplus public works equipment. One OREC model SGW 803/H snow bull walk behind snowplow. One Toro model 38701 power broom commercial. And 4 Carlisle HD field Traxall terrain tires. I need a motion to authorize the borough manager to list these surplus equipment on Municipid and to accept the highest and most responsible bid for each piece of equipment.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have a hearing on ordinance number 943, amending the zoning map of the borough, rezoning a property along Library Road, Route 88, from R1 Single Family Residential Zoning District to C1 General Commercial Zoning District. And we need to do that.
Because it's an ordinance, it requires a public hearing, so it'd be appropriate to open the public hearing to receive comments from anyone in the public that would want to comment on that ordinance. That proposed ordinance.
And to explain exactly what that is, there's a piece of property along Route 88 as you come down from Feller's old garage and go around the bend, where we have a sign that is from our sign redo. And apparently it's, PennDOT doesn't like that it's not on a piece of approved property. So the owner of that property is letting us
It's about
rezone that strip of property where that sign is so that we are approved by PennDOT. Yes.
Just Rob Broman, I'm in the planning commission, obviously. It's an added comment. We've looked at this before, just for public interest. That section of property is a very steep slope. There's no practical means of using it whatsoever for any form of development whatsoever. There's an obvious benefit to be able to have the signs that are being posted by the requirements of the state. That's all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
Would anyone else like to comment on the public hearing?
Close the public hearing.
And I need a motion to enact ordinance number 943, amending the zoning map of the Borough of Castle Shannon, rezoning a property along Library Road, Route 88, from R1 Single Family Residential Zoning District to C1 General Commercial Zoning District.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have a Sleepy Hollow Sidewalk Project, contract number 25-SW01, grant funded. The apparent low bidder is Fryer Excavating Incorporated. Any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to ask the engineer, the low bidder, they claim they made a math error. Is it distinguishable that it was a math error?
I mean, that is their claim, that they made a math error on the one item.
That the first item,
Yeah.
they had 3,000,
Forgot a zero on 3,000 for commission.
and the second guy had 9,000.
Yeah.
So how do they mean they meant 30,000?
Not sure, that'd be up to them on when they bid. I mean, a lot of people move their overhead around when they're bidding.
Okay,
As far as that, and it was a big skew on the grading items, so.
Yeah.
Some were higher, some were lower.
and what was the number of the low bidder? I can't remember versus the 166.
So independent, the one that pulled his bid, he was $119,800
Yeah,
versus 166.
That's a big difference.
we can clearly see that difference. Thank you.
Now, where does that, just so I'm familiar, I just want to be familiar with the project. Where does that start and where does that end?
So the sidewalk starts, so when you're coming down Willow, you make the bend to go onto Sleepy Hollow, right where the,
So the trestle?
Yeah, right before the trestle, there's this piece of sidewalk.
Yeah, the
And
storage
it's the
units.
storage units. So we
Okay.
would start there, tie onto that sidewalk, and go under the train tracks, past Castle View, and tie into the sidewalk in front of the duplexes as you go
So
back
it's
around
the
the
S
S bend. Yes,
Okay, so it'll stop right where the duplexes are.
yes. It'll connect that gap between the duplex
Yeah.
and
There's gonna be a sidewalk under the trestle.
yes.
Okay.
So I'm unfamiliar with Friar Excavating. Where are they from?
So they're located out of Beaver Falls. We worked with them a few times. They've recently acquired a Wright.
I just looked them up and it said Friar Wright though.
Yeah, so like Wright Concrete, Wright Asphalt, they just acquired them. We worked with them a few times. They've done work for us up in Beaver. And similar work, sidewalk projects like this. We've had, good working relationship with them.
So when is this project going to begin and what's the time frame?
So with the grant funding on this one, it has to be completed by June.
This June?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how we have it written in the contract, in the bid. So I would say, if it was awarded, probably a month or so to get contracts back, bonds back. So I would say probably end of February we'd be starting, right? Right as the weather starts to break.
And that's going to require police detail for traffic control around there? Especially under that trestle because it gets kind of skinny.
Probably once they get closer to the trestle, but I mean, they're going to be working from the grass, I would think. It's not, it's just a sidewalk, so they'll probably just dig along the grass. They might have a truck sit on the road, so it'll be like a lane.
Well, we're going to have to dig underneath the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to coordinate there, but it shouldn't have too much impact on it. They'll have traffic control. That's part of the bid item, is maintaining traffic. And Wright, they are the traffic people, right? That's part of their business.
So we'll be responsible for maintaining that sidewalk?
Yeah.
Right?
No,
It'll be on
part of the
that was part of the,
we have easements for.
we got easements from those homeowners signed, and it'll be on the homeowners to maintain. For those sections.
Okay.
Well, there are no homes that.
Well, what about under the trestle and?
Well, you hope no snow goes through the tunnel.
There's no homes that butt up against the sidewalk. Once you come out of the trestle, it's just grass to the first property. Correct, Paul?
And that owns that one stretch. And Georgina owns across the street from where the buses go up.
Yeah.
He owns that other stretch that I think he's talking about. It'll be done till you get to the bottom of that curve.
They put handicap ramps in?
There'll be two handicaps going across Castle.
In your specs, when you're writing this up, did the contractor have to be penned up, requalified to do this work?
Yeah. They end up pre-qual for the concrete and then the asphalt, which Friar is.
And I keep asking this since we started talking about this 5 years ago, maybe even longer. Did the railroad sign off on this, us working underneath their trestle?
So we did reach out to them during the design process, and we were in contact with them, asked if they needed a permit. We didn't need anything from them. It's under the train tracks. We have been in contact with them, and they're okay with the work.
Okay.
We let them know what we're doing.
They signed off on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a sidewalk there now?
No.
Under the trestle?
It's like
Very
a
small.
It's just a walk path.
Yeah, it's like Millings.
I always see people walking, but I never paid attention that there was a sidewalk there. And I always said, oh, boy, that should be a sidewalk. I mean, I didn't know what it was actually. What is it? Just like
You're
dirt?
not right, man.
Well, they have a little, like a
You're just
buffer.
not right.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
a
maybe
this wide.
Gravel.
5 foot wide or so.
I never paid attention to what it actually is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So if there are no further questions, I need a, what's that? Width of the tunnel?
I think the road's 20-ish foot. It's probably 26 footers. 26, 20. Yeah, on the inside, it's probably 26, 30 feet somewhere.
So what's the width of the sidewalk?
The sidewalk is 5 foot wide.
Oh.
And then once we get down, so it's going to be 5 foot wide, and it's going to be integral curb and walk. So there'll be a concrete curb, and it'll be tied in with the concrete. So it'll be a mono core. And then as we get down to the existing sidewalk by the units, the storage units, that's a narrow sidewalk, so we'll creep down to 4 foot. I think the existing sidewalk on the other side is 4 foot, so it's gonna.
And once you get past that point, you're on your own. Right? There ain't nothing there.
Yeah. So if there are any other questions? Then I need a motion to move to award the contract number 25-SW01 to Fryer Excavating Inc. as the parent low bidder in the amount of $166,870, subject to Fryer Excavating Inc. obtaining the required insurance certificates, performance bond, funding agency compliance certifications, and review and approval of same by the borough solicitor prior to execution of the agreement by the borough.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Council committee reports, community engagement and events. Well, we really don't, well, you're still, do we have anything to report from Willow Wonderland?
We're going to be getting started on the Historical Society. I don't know if that's part of the community engagements or not, but we're going to be getting started on that soon. And Community Day, we're planning is probably going to be starting here real soon too, because it's going to come quicker than.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Finance.
Yeah, since the last meeting official meeting was December 8th, I received 4 check registers. First one dated 12/12/25. The questions I had regarding a salt de-icer, winter maintenance on all 3 of these pieces. One was a little over 10,000, one was over 20,000, one was 12,000. Did we want to maybe spread that out over the fall or something instead of doing the maintenance in December?
That was when we ordered Madam President, that's when we ordered the salt. So we did a pre-order early in the season to get the salt shed filled up. All these small storms that Public Works has been managing, they've gone through a fair amount of salt. So we've had to place a
December hit us pretty good.
It did. So that's really what that is.
Okay, that answers that question. Also got one for 12/19. No further questions on that one. 1/2/26. Officer Fleckenstein. There were credits on hospitalization, dental, and optical. Do I take that as he was no longer with us? So
Yeah, they were just credited back.
just credited back. Okay. Well, that's good on the 2nd, and the one on the 9th, I didn't have any questions. So I'm good with all 4 of those.
I have one on the 12th, Vic. Duke's sewer contract for $6,000.
Madam President, sorry to keep it down. Madam President, that was actually for some sewer work that was done. We contract with that particular company, or I should say Public Works, for any of the sewer work that we did do. There were a number of locations that had root balls in them, which is not, our crew is not able to service that. So we have to bring in that vendor in order to make that correction. I don't know, Dave, if we camera, I think we camera after we do those, so that you've got the videos to demonstrate that we were aware of the problem. We went in and remediated and repaired the. So that's what that bill was for.
That's it. Thank you.
No further questions. Can I have a motion to authorize the payment of all outstanding bills and invoices totaling $429,105.45 from the general fund, $22,340.50 from the streetlight fund, $547,818.42 from the sanitary sewer fund, $151,408.06 from the capital fund, zero from the Liquid Fuels Fund, $22,723.93 from the Library Fund, and $1,500 from the Bond Fund. I have that motion.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Nothing on HR. Planning and codes. Paul, anything going on? Tell me about the new restaurant down on Grove Road.
There's a bunch gonna open. Oh, you mean the Grove itself?
Yeah, the Peruvian restaurant. Is anybody?
We walked in it yesterday. It's gonna be a while.
Oh, they're just in.
I'm sorry, we walked in it today. And
Okay.
Are you talking about the very bottom of Grove
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
light on the left?
Yeah, where Bob's used to be.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna open. I don't know how soon. He's moving pretty quick on it now.
Well, I saw the signage in the building. I was like, whoa.
What kind of restaurant?
It seems like
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, that's-
Peruvian, they're advertising
Peruvian, whatever that
Peruvian
means.
cuisine. And
We looked
and
it
I
up on
actually
the
looked it up.
internet. It's like breakfasts. And
We up on Bowling on the other side of 88, Peruvian.
Yeah, we're going to be multicultural.
Guys coming along.
Yeah, that's cool. We got, I mean, we got all.
Now the Grove, that's just slow, huh?
We just walked in there today. Yeah, you got a lot to do yet. And then there's gonna be a Korean chicken over on Mount Lebanon Boulevard.
We are really multicultural here.
Nick's Pizza and that, and then have chicken.
Yeah.
And Madam President, are you canceling your?
Don't go there, man.
As far as I know, yeah, if nothing comes up, we won't have one.
Okay, thank you. Public safety, we have nothing. Public works, nothing. Bill's not here. Board reports, Allegheny County Boroughs Association, we're having our general meeting February 7th. Civil service, Paul?
Yeah, the chief, well, the last meeting that we had, the chief is requesting revised rules and regulations for the reduce the minimum tenure requirement in the applicable sections from 5 years to 3 years for, all your promotional requirements or sergeants and lieutenants and everything else. It's goes from 5 to 3 because of the younger staff that we're getting now. I mean, the younger departments. So pretty much a norm everywhere now. So that's what he's requesting, and that's what
The planning commission voted on that. It'll be
the civil service, yeah.
Your civil service, yeah.
Yeah.
The applicants for position sergeant and lieutenant and police captain all have to be continuously employed for at least 3 years in those positions before they're eligible for promotions.
Right.
So we need a motion to approve the amendments to the civil service rules as adopted by the Castle Shannon Civil Service Commission on January 5th, 2026. Did you make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do you have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Economic development. I don't know that we have anything going on.
Other than your presentation this evening.
Library.
Hi there. I'm Mary Craig. I sit on the Board of Trustees of the library, and I'm happy to give you this report. I will be quick because I do want to see this still.
The speed reader.
First thing is we're very excited that we know there was a reorg and that there will be someone assigned to the library, out to the Board of Trustees. Right now, we have all seats filled other than waiting for the newest member from council. We did also hold our reorg meeting on January 8th, and Donna Phillips will remain as president, and Marion Randazzo has also accepted to stay as vice president. So we're very thrilled about that. We do also have underway right now a short winter story contest where we're asking anyone from age 8 up through adult to write a quick story and submit it. The deadline is this Saturday. And we will be looking to see in the board who those great storytellers are in our community. And we unfortunately do have a part-time library assistant page position available now. The person that was in the position has resigned. So we will be recruiting for that position.
What's the position?
It's an assistant page, and they work on a certain day of the week, Tuesday, and then some Saturdays as well. So helps us with a lot of the clerical work.
Okay.
And then we also know our friends in the library have been doing a lot of different activities and raising money, and we really appreciate that. This Saturday, there's a puzzle swap. So if anybody is a big puzzle person, come and swap out your puzzle or share with others. And they also will be having a tea party on February 7th. So again, we encourage people to stop by, visit the library, and so on. And their membership meeting will be February 3rd at 7 p.m. So if anyone is thinking about joining the members of the Friends, we encourage that as well. That's all I have. If anyone has any questions.
So the Friends meeting, they meet at the library?
Yes, they do. In the evening at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Medical Rescue Team South?
Our next meeting is Wednesday, January 28th at 7 p.m.
ACOG?
Right now, the next meeting is
The 15th?
Thursday the 15th, yes.
Yeah, Thursday the 15th, January 15th. Allegheny County Southwest Tax Collection?
Nothing to report.
Mayor's report?
Yeah, I have one thing. Excuse me. We received a letter from Lieutenant Michael Smartgos from the Mount Lebanon Police Department commending Officer Maggi and Lieutenant Lane. And I'll read the letter, it's not too long. He says, I am writing to formally commend Lieutenant Lane and Officer Maggi for their outstanding assistance during a multi-agency manhunt on December 30th, 2025, following a vehicle pursuit and crash in Mount Lebanon. 4 suspects fled after leading Mount Lebanon officers on a high-speed pursuit and crashed on Washington Road and Piedmont Avenue. These 4 suspects were wanted by the Bethel Park Police Department for a shooting and an assault at the AMC Theaters in South Hill Village Mall. The vehicle they were driving was also stolen from Penn Hills earlier today. Lieutenant Lane provided critical support that led to the containment and the subsequent apprehension of one of the suspects in the wooded area behind Lovington Drive near Keystone Oaks High School. Officer Maggi conducted a thorough and effective aerial search of the perimeter using the department drone, significantly aiding the overall effort. Their rapid response and professional actions contributed directly to the safe resolution of a high-risk incident involving 4 fleeing subjects. And he goes on to say, please extend my sincere appreciation to both officers and thank you for your department's continued partnership. I know council got this letter in their council mail, but I thought for the benefit of the public, I think it's worthwhile to publicly commend those 2 officers for their assistance to Mount Lebanon. And I know that we work very well with them as they work very well with us. That's all I have.
Thank you. Manager's report? Nothing?
That letter wasn't.
Solicitor's report?
I have nothing.
Real estate tax collector?
Yes, it's coming closing here, and I will say I finally have remedied all the problems that happened over the summer and
Yay!
clarified everything. I did check for you, Madam President, we're at 96% right now, but I do expect some more coming in. So I hope to have everything done by the end of the month, mid-February.
Okay, thank you. Public comments or non-agenda items?
My name is William Finkelbaum. I live at 839 Cherry Hill Drive. I'm up here because I understand there's a seat open for council. I'd like to put my name for that. I'd like to ask council, is there anything I need to do?
I'll talk to you as soon as the meeting's over.
Mr. Swisher is in charge of, but we always appreciate interest. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address council? We have any old business?
Gary wants something.
So Jerry said goodbye.
Oh.
Any new business? We need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I think we could sit around here a little longer.
Yeah.
Good.
Go watch the game here.
Yeah, do we have big screen? Can we put it up on the big screen?
It goes on and off.